Hello everyone, good morning. My name is Alia Sasabila and today I will present about my linguistic landscape project entitled The Linguistic Landscape of Glodok Chinatown, Jakarta, a comparative analysis of restaurant and pharmacy signage. The place that I choose is located in Taman Sari District, West Jakarta. As you can see here, the red one is Jakarta's Chinatown Glodok, and Chinatown is close to Old Town Jakarta, maybe just a few minutes away. And next, why Glodok? Why I choose Glodok as my linguistic landscape project? It's because Glodok is one of the oldest and the largest Chinatown in Indonesia. So it has strong presence of Chinese cultural identity, and we can find so many bilingual and multilingual language like Indonesia, English, and of course Chinese. In Glodok, there are traditional markets, pharmacies, restaurants, and more. And this environment is very rich of linguistic. And that's why it makes an ideal location for my observing linguistic landscape phenomena, especially how language is used in public spaces to represent identity and culture. Next, you can see here the statistic from the Good Stats. It shows that Indonesia has the largest ethnic Chinese populations in Asia, with over 10 million Chinese Indonesian, and that is equal 3.8% of Indonesian population. This community is spread across many provinces and plays a significant role in shaping Indonesian's culture. Now, if we look more specifically at the provincial level, Jakarta has the largest Chinese Indonesian population, and it creates a strong cultural presence, influencing urban spaces like Glodok. And my research questions are: what languages appear on restaurant signage in Glodok? Why do pharmacies predominantly use Indonesian? What does this contrast reveal about language function in urban spaces? And for my data collection, I walked through several selected streets in Glodok, especially around Pancoran and Petak Enam. When I was there, I took this photo, and whenever I pass a restaurant or pharmacy sign, I stop and took a picture with my phone in my hand. I collected 10 restaurants and 8 pharmacy signs and categorized them by languages used, sign type, function, and visibility audience. Okay, we move on to the real data. In this slide, you can see how the restaurant in Glodok used trilingual signage: Indonesia, Mandarin, and English. This combination is not only for decoration. It shows how language in public spaces is used to show identity, audience, and social function. Indonesian, of course, for local visitors, so people here can understand what the restaurant is. Mandarin to show the Chinese cultural identity, and English is for tourists to give a modern impression or commercial image. So the signs not only for information, but also show culture, identity, and target audience the restaurant want to reach. Next, bilingual, Mandarin and English. This sign only use Mandarin and English to target specific visitors. Mandarin to show the Chinese cultural identity since it's in Chinatown, while the English is to create a modern and premium Chinatown image and attract younger visitors and tourists. And next, these signs use a Mandarin and Indonesian language. Of course, Indonesian is for local visitors, and Mandarin to show Chinese cultural identity. It's common in Glodok because many shops want to be understood locally while keeping cultural roots visible. And this one is the most interesting for me, with 4 languages in it. There is Mandarin to emphasize Chinese cultural identity, and Arabic as well. If you can see here the halal label and the writing Lanzo Lamian Muslim. This is for the menu to show that this is a Muslim-friendly restaurant. And Indonesian is used for general local visitors, and English is for international access and a modern image. They combine 4 languages at the same time in one restaurant. And now we move on to the pharmacy science. Health products use the national language for clarity and formality because customers come from local group, so Indonesian avoids confusion. Yes, because the customer are mostly local people, so they come here with a clear purpose, to buy a medicine, not for trying new culture. Even many Chinese Indonesian customers more familiar with Indonesian language than Mandarin. So pharmacies stay natural and do not use ethnic branding. That's why they only use one language. It's Indonesian language. So how is ethnic identity expressed? At restaurants, storefronts often use Mandarin characters alongside Indonesian and English to highlight Chinese cultural identity and attract tourists interested in authentic ethnic cuisine. Chinese cultural symbols are displayed prominently to reinforce ethnic branding. While at pharmacies, signage is strictly in Indonesian to meet legal regulations and appeal to a broad local audience. So ethnic identity is not visually expressed. The focus is on clear communication and compliance, not cultural or ethnic representation. So a summary of our findings. Language used in Glodok reflects different business goals. Restaurants use multilingual signs for branding and expressing Chinese cultural identity. Pharmacies use only Indonesian for clarity and legal compliance. This contrast highlights how language in Glodok's linguistic landscape serves either cultural expressions or practical function. And that's all from me, Alia Salsabila. I'm sorry if I have a mistake. Thank you for your attention and see you.